Stop. Not in a minute. Now. What you're about to hear will stir something up inside you, something you've kept locked away for far too long. And if a part of you is already resisting, if a little voice is telling you, that's exaggerated, it's just an act, that's precisely the part that most needs to listen. Because tomorrow, March 14th, 2026, is not an ordinary Saturday. It's a silent earthquake, and you're going to feel it in your bones.
3 explosions, 3 breakthroughs, 3 moments when you can never again pretend you didn't know. You'll finally see who's pulling the strings. For years, perhaps your whole life, you have played a role that you did not choose. You told yourself it was normal, that everyone did the same, that was adult life. Swallow, smile, carry on. Tomorrow, this comfortable lie will shatter. The Moon-Pluto conjunction will hold up a mirror to you, not the polished, flattering mirror you usually use, a surgical mirror, cold, ruthless, and what you'll see in it will take your breath away. You'll see exactly where you sold out your power, where you accepted crumbs, convincing yourself it was a feast, where you shrank, contracted, and extinguished yourself to fit into spaces that were never meant for you. This relationship that drains you, but that you keep because it could be fixed, you're going to see it for what it really is. This job that eats away at your soul while you pay your bills, you can no longer pretend that it suits you. This family dynamic where you carry everyone's weight but your own, the mask will fall. Aquarius clarity is non-negotiable. It doesn't ask if you're ready. It simply arrives, and it shatters everything that was false. But here's what's extraordinary. This destruction isn't a punishment. It's a liberation. You'll feel in real time something detach itself from you, not coldly, not violently, but with the profound certainty of someone finally shedding a rusty armor they'd worn for so long they'd forgotten what it was like to breathe freely. Guilt loses its grip, the fear of disappointing others recedes, and the story you told yourself to stay, you're going to hear it for what it was all along, a lie. On that day, you regain your sovereignty. The words you've held down for years will demand to come out. From 8 a.m., even before the moon enters Aquarius, something else begins to happen. Mars in Pisces forms a tense, brutal, explosive square with Black Lilith in Gemini. Let me tell you what that means in your very flesh. Lilith is your exiled voice. She's the part of you that was gagged, humiliated, judged too strong, too direct, too everything. In Gemini, the sign of speech, she stored every word you swallowed, every time you remained silent to maintain a peace that wasn't yours to maintain, every forced smile, every no turned into a yes out of fear of the consequences. And Mars, your will, your fire, your force of action, drowned in Pisces for too long, confused, exhausted, unable to hold its own boundaries. Tomorrow, these two forces will collide at 90 degrees of pure tension. It's a psychological pressure cooker reaching its absolute breaking point, and it explodes. You could find yourself in a conversation, and without even realizing it, without preparing, without rehearsing, without calculating, you'll say something you should have said months ago, years ago sometimes. The filter is going to fail. But be warned, this is not an invitation to burn everything down. The shadow of this energy is uncontrolled rage that destroys everything in its path. The light is surgical truth, precise, clear, irrevocable. That moment when you look someone in the eyes and say calmly, firmly, definitively, that's over. Your anger is sacred. You've been lied to and told it's ugly. You've been taught to be ashamed of it because your channeled anger is the most powerful weapon you possess. It tells you that your limit has been crossed. It tells you that you deserve better. It tells you that you are alive. When you transform that anger into articulated truth, you reclaim a part of yourself that has been in exile for too long.
Rester petit, c'est une chose que tu connais. C'est familier, c'est confortable dans sa misère. Mais laisse-moi te dire quelque chose d'important. Survivre, ce n'est pas vivre. Et tu n'as pas été mis sur cette planète pour simplement traverser les jours en attendant qu'il se passe quelque chose. Tu as été mis ici pour être pleinement, radicalement, furieusement toi-même. Demain matin, quand tu ouvriras les yeux, l'énergie sera déjà là. Tu la sentiras dans la qualité de l'air, dans le silence avant que la journée commence, dans cette électricité étrange qui te dit que quelque chose d'important est en train de se déployer. Sois attentif, sois présent et surtout, sois courageux, parce que le 15 mars au matin, quand tu regarderas en arrière sur la personne que tu étais il y a 24 heures, tu ne la reconnaîtras plus. Demain, c'est le jour où tu te donnes enfin la permission d'être libre. La question est simple et elle n'attend qu'une réponse. Es-tu prêt?
What comes next? Nobody tells you the truth about emotional breakthroughs. They hurt, first of all, terribly sometimes. Removing armor after years, it burns. Speaking the truth that has been silenced for too long, it exposes. Letting go of control, it makes you dizzy. You might feel naked, vulnerable, unsteady. Hang in there, because a few days later, something remarkable will happen. A lightness you had forgotten, deeper sleep, freer breathing, that chronic tension in your shoulders, it will begin to melt away. And then external changes. The people who were draining you will either change or naturally disappear from your world. Doors you hadn't even seen will open. Decisions that seemed impossible will become undeniably clear. This isn't luck. This is what happens when you remove the plugs from your own energy channels. The choice is yours. The energy will be there tomorrow. The portal will be open, but no one will go through it for you. You can feel the clarity of Breakthrough 1 and still stay out of fear. You can feel the urge to speak of Breakthrough 2 and still swallow your words. You can feel the invitation to let go of Breakthrough 3 and still cling on. Staying small is something you know. It's familiar. It's comfortable in its misery. But let me tell you something important. To survive is not to live.
And you weren't put on this planet simply to drift through the days waiting for something to happen. You were put here to be fully, radically, furiously yourself. Tomorrow morning, when you open your eyes, the energy will already be there. You'll feel it in the quality of the air, in the silence before the day begins, in that strange electricity that tells you something important is unfolding. Be attentive, be present, and above all, be courageous. Because on the morning of March 15th, when you look back at the person you were 24 hours ago, you won't recognize them. Tomorrow is the day you finally give yourself permission to be free. The question is simple, and it only awaits one answer. Are you ready?